a relaxing Sunday and second day in a row of beautiful looking weather. I'd say that sounds pretty good to me. Happy Sunday, everybody. Yep, that time of the week where we get to relax and just unwind. It's great. I enjoy that. And honestly, considering how awesome last night was for me, that's pretty darn good. But it does involve a rather funny story. So, actually, technically, I do have to point out one thing. I know I don't really promote that. I know I try not to stress any sort of religious memorabilia or anything. But last night when I was in church, the deacon was the one doing the homily. It's kind of like a chapel talk for my Trinity-Pawling brothers out there. And that was easily the most sheep-related jokes I've ever heard. I don't want to bore you with any of the details because, again, I don't really try to promote religious stuff. But anyway, last night I actually wanted to surprise my father with a pizza. And I was in Corning when I thought about this, but I knew I wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse for dinner. And I knew if I went to Yellow's, wait for them to make their pizza, travel back to Big Flats, to where my father lives, give him his pizza, and then go to Roadhouse, then I know for a fact the wait at Roadhouse would be very, very, very long. Which is very detrimental because I also had to pick up my mother from the airport last night. So, I thought I would get my dinner at Texas Roadhouse first. Then on my way back to Big Flats, I stop at Picnic Pizza and get a large pizza for both him and my mother. See, my mother was going to come in, she came in after 9 o'clock last night, so she would be hungry. It made sense, right? Little did I realize, well, actually I should say, so I had my dinner at Roadhouse. I actually got in and out. I actually met some guy that both my father and my uncle knew. That was really sweet. So, I had my dinner there. And so I immediately placed an order for pickup at Picnic Pizza. I got my parents a large pizza with extra cheese, peppers, and onions. Pretty good choice of toppings if I do say so myself. My mother loves peppers and onions, and my father loves extra cheese, so, win-win. So I go to Picnic Pizza, pick up the pizza, it looks great, take it back to their place, and I walk in, getting ready to surprise my father, and little did I know, he actually already ordered a pizza anyway. So, yeah, my folks aren't going to go hungry for a little while. But, he still thought the gesture was nice, and he actually did have one slice of the pizza with extra cheese, peppers, and onions. See, he actually just got a pizza with extra cheese. I got the pizza with extra cheese, peppers, and onions, making it better. And technically healthier for you because of the healthy vegetables. Kids, remember, eat your vegetables. Anyway, so I hung out with him for a little while, and to a lovely surprise, about a half an hour before I went to go pick up my mother from the airport to bring her back to my folks' place, we got a nice little surprise visit from my brother, his wife, and my brother's in-laws, her parents. My sister-in-law's parents. I really don't know what I'm supposed to refer to them as, but again, wonderful people, So, we're talking for a little while. It's great. And so, around 9:15, I went to Elmira Regional Airport to pick up my mother. And thankfully, everybody waited to see her before they left, so they did. And after everything was all set, I went home. Pretty nice evening, if I do say so myself, because together we were just one big happy family. And I love moments like that. I know yesterday I adored how God of War looked, and I've said how great other things are, but honestly, the most beautiful thing in the world is just a family being together. And honestly, I have family all over the place. Whether it's my real family or my brothers or, I can see a few people as sort of my family from Horseheads and Gettysburg College. I can totally see it that way. Because honestly, you don't need blood relation to be family. You do not. I mean, yeah, it helps if, you need something like, medical purposes or a blood transfusion or, something along those lines. That helps. But I've always thought that family is, or are, I guess, I don't really know the proper pronoun there. Actually not a pronoun, proper grammar there, obviously. Well, basically, family is whoever surrounds you with love and respect and just warmth. Like, if you feel warm around any kind of group of people, and it's very clear that everyone else is having a good time around you, then you know what? Consider them family. And don't misunderstand me. I never said anything about them being perfect. Of course they can be flawed. I mean, of course there's stuff that my folks don't like, that I do that my folks don't like, and there's stuff that my family does that I don't necessarily care for either. But again, you're taking one negative out of what ought to be a whole bunch of positives. As long as the good outweighs the bad, that's good enough for me. And honestly, if I ever were to say there was another iteration of family, it could be you guys. Sure. Why not? I mean, it's like what Patrick Star said with the hooks. I sense no danger here. I just thought that because the SpongeBob SquarePants movie was on the other day. I love that movie. It came out the same weekend as The Incredibles, but I saw that movie anyway because I'm a SpongeBob fan. And you know what? After all these years, that movie still holds up. It does. To all you families with small children, that's something you can show your kids. You can totally work that way. Actually, come to think of it, The Incredibles and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie would make for a pretty good double feature. So, yeah. Spend the day or whole afternoon with your kids. Pop those two movies in. They're going to be thoroughly entertained. And they'll definitely be emotionally invested. Although now I think of The Incredibles, I can't help but think of The Incredibles 2. It's funny. The sequel to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie came out before the sequel to The Incredibles. And just like the first time, the second SpongeBob movie did very well, and I think the second Incredibles movie is going to do very well. Is going to do very well also. But if there is one movie I'm looking forward to seeing, it's Avengers. I mean, I don't think it's going to top how awesome Black Panther is, at least in terms of Rotten Tomatoes score, but it's going to be pretty darn good. Just like I hope this video was pretty darn good. So, on that note, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I'm humbled that I made this video for all you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful day today. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk, if you guys ever want to chat, I'll always be here to lend an ear, and I will always have your back. So take care.